Hey guys, how's it going? It's the Attack here. Sorry, just getting all the things out. Wanted to remind you guys, especially if you grew up in the 90s, back when I was a kid, say, I don't know, 96, 98, sounds more likely, they used to have this game called Crazy Bones. And before I showed you mine, I thought maybe I'd show you a bit of a commercial that I remember on YouTube seeing here in Canada, and maybe you remember it. Let's take a look. You got your bones ready, a further bones too. So play the Crazy Bones, that's what you gotta do. Kids go crazy for Crazy Bones, the collectible, tradable, playable new craze. For Crazy Bones, play 7 different games, like Battle and Over the Line. Each one has a name like Eddie, Fly, Frankie, Joker, and the Fang. Get your unit, get your target, play for fun. Just play the Crazy Bones on the playground in the street. Series 1 now available for a limited time. Each sold separately from Play Toy. Now, it's weird because I remember when I was a kid, you used to get this book, and it would tell you how to play. And it's weird, over the line. Nobody I knew ever played that where you throw it over the line. I never had come across that. But it was weird because the Pogs were out, there was this craze before that. There was Jacks and, the marbles and then the yo-yos. Yeah, I know. But, they used to give you the big guys, which, because we had already had Pogs, we were calling these slammers as well. Even though I don't know, I can't remember what the big ones are called. See, there's a cat, and the Eggy, the guy they were talking about. He's an egg guy. And a lot of people had these, right? And what you would do is you would line up little ones like this. Oh, okay. The little ones. And there was a whole bunch of different kinds. Like, look at this one. He was toast. Kind of weird. There was like a Brainiac one. And this one's the present. Just to show you a few. And then McDonald's decided, here in Canada, I don't know about in the States, that they were going to start giving them out in Happy Meal toys. So you get ones like this, like the Chef. But the weird thing is this one, even though it's from McDonald's, they were either really skinny or too fat. And this one glowed in the dark. So, it was really cool. But I think one of them should say it on it, I think. Yeah. See this one? It's really thick. It's a pumpkin one for Halloween. This is a McDonald's one. They used to hand them out with Happy Meal toys. And I remember kids would line them up. I wonder if I can get this shot at I show you. They used to line them up in a line, because that over the line game is not what I remember playing. I remember playing a battle game that he was talking about. It was also listed in the book. Let's see if I can get a shot of this. Here. Okay. So, these are the little guys. And then I have a large one here. And what you would do is you'd stand back and you would throw it and you'd knock them over. And then see, I'd knock 2 over. So if I was playing against some kid in a schoolyard, those are mine. Then you would line them up again and hit it again. And sometimes people would get really, gutsy. And they'd be like, oh, let's play for the big ones. And you'd line them up. Dumb move, because whoever went first, you could screw it up. And they would do it on purpose. And I would wonder why. Because then the next person would get it. Then they'd take them on a second time, and they'd nail it the first time, and they'd get 6, because okay, 5. Sorry, 5. So there's 5 here. So they're oh, I lost. Let me put one more in. You put yours back in. And then he'd be like, boom, just destroy them, and he'd take them all. And parents were mad. It was just like when you had Pogs or Pokemon cards. If you lost, Mommy was mad. And she didn't care that those were the rules of the game. She went out with her, or dad, whatever, went out with their hard-earned money, bought these toys, and then some kid took them off them in school. Well, that's when school started saying, with any of these games, no playing for keeps. And it was weird because me and my brother, we had a lot of them. And over the years, they just kind of disappeared. And I was going through a bunch of drawers and stuff when we were moving, and I came across a bunch of them, and I thought, well, there's something I haven't thought in a long time, Crazy Bones. You know what I mean? Like, these things, I bet you this pumpkin one is rarely seen. But I don't have the cool ones I used to have. They had one. It was like an Elvis. It had alien eyes. And Superman. It had alien eyes. It was an alien, but dressed up as like human things. And they glowed in the dark, sorry. And they were see-through, like white with paint on them and stuff, and they would glow. Years later, around my baby cousin Ashley, she was born much later than all of us, so she got into the Go-Go's Crazy Bones when she was older, which I thought was crazy. Get it? And then my brother got into Mighty Beans, so these became like a relic of the past for me. And it was fun to play at the time when it was out, and everybody was into it. It was no Pogs, but it was a nice distraction from the loss of the Pog world. And, you know, then after that, Tamagotchis, Game Boys, boo! Digital games, it stopped being so physical and started being more digital. It changed things, you know, and we'll never get that time back. So me, I look back on it with fond nostalgia. So my question for you is, have you ever played Crazy Bones? You know what I'm talking about? Maybe there's a toy from when you were a kid. You could have grown up in the 60s. And maybe there's something you want to tell us that we don't know about. Or, you know, maybe you're just seeing this for the first time. Let us know in the comments if you've played with Crazy Bones, know what they are, or you have something else that you grew up playing with that you remember from the past that was something like this schoolyard game, you know. And let us know. Don't forget to give us a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and remember, no matter where you go, no matter what you do, there's nostalgia everywhere.